Hi everyone, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 4, Negan Strikes Again. Warning, this will contain predictions and spoilers. If that is not your thing, turn away right now. But if it is your thing, hit the subscribe button and join us for some weekly debate, dialogue, chat, and also our live streams on Sunday night after The Talking Dead. This week, AMC did us a great service. They actually released another sneak peek, which is going to shed a little bit more light on that upcoming episode number 4. So we're going to break that down into several different sections, starting with the gate. Very interesting exchange early on between Negan and Rick, but also an exchange between Spencer and Negan. Spencer looks at Negan almost as if he's familiar with him. Let me know in the comments below if you think the two of them have crossed paths before. We know they're going to cross paths in the very near future. Spoiler alert, we'll talk about that later on in the video. But Rick also gives Negan the glare once again. Rick says to Negan, "Hey, you're early." Negan retorts and says, "I missed you." So I think he's here to pick up some supplies, and I don't know if Rick has fully had time to get his supplies ready. This look also, I know Rick is straining a little bit to get the gate open. It's a heavy gate, but he has this smug look on his face the whole time. And Negan went through great lengths to get that look off of Rick's face, and I wonder if there's going to be an example in this episode. Here it is once again. This is when Rick was actually broken down, when he actually got the look off his face, but now Rick seems to have regressed a little bit, and a little bit of that anger is coming back out all over again. Rosita, very interesting here. She hasn't had an angry look on her face the whole time. Very cautious, and we know a little bit later on, we see her kind of creeping through the woods, so possibly she's going to be doing a little recon and a little bit of spying. The swing. So once the gate is opened, Negan makes it a point to call Rick over so he can see him swing at a walker. Now, we've seen thousands of walkers killed already, so I think this is very symbolic and foreshadowing. So the walker comes out, Negan uses a little bit of baseball terminology, I'm calling it, and then he just has the swing. He wails this walker, and actually you can see we get an eyeball popping out here. So I wanted to put that definitely as a steal so you guys could see this freeze frame. But we've seen a lot of walkers died in the past, but what's the significance of killing this walker in front of everyone? I think it's setting the stage for what happens in all-out war. After the kill, we get another classic Negan line, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think that Negan was killing the walker to remind Rick of Glenn and Abraham? I mean, Rick looks a little bit confused. Once again, they've killed thousands of walkers, and that's why I think it's going to have a much deeper meaning. It's going to make a little bit more sense when they do get to all-out war, because remember from the comic, what Negan actually did was he took Lucille and he smeared it in walker guts. So I think with this, if he hits the head of the walker, Lucille's got that kind of, that gut, that infection. So now you can see the slightest touch from Lucille, just a kiss, and she's left her mark. So I don't have to crush her head or pound your face anymore. So we'll get a glimpse of the kinder, gentler Negan, if there is such a thing. So the mistake, remember, Michonne went back to her and Rick's place. She took the sniper rifle out. She's up on top. We don't know what she's picking off. Some people are saying walkers. Other people are saying saviors. Love to hear your thoughts, your comments for that. Initially, I thought it might be walkers, but then I saw a picture from the Spoiling Dead's fan page where they actually filmed Michonne up above Alexandria. You can see, so the trees in the background would make perfect sense. Please tell me Michonne is not trying to retaliate and take the law into her own hands. Remember what happened when Daryl got involved? We lost an additional person. But this scene is what really scared me a little bit. Either she stumbled upon something. She looked like she had a little bit of tears starting to form in her eyes. So if she did get caught or they pulled her down or did something, then we know that both her and Rick wear their emotions on their sleeve. And this also, I think, went very well with that. So what if Michonne picked a couple people off and instead of killing Michonne, they actually used someone else as an example? You can definitely see the look on Rick's face and the look on Michonne's face. So something is going to go down this week. Let's talk about traitors, and then we'll talk about who we think gets killed. So I think there's two traitors that are really going to come into effect this week. Number one is Spencer. Everybody knows it's Spencer. They know Spencer's going to die at some point. But I got to tell you guys, I don't think it's going to happen this week. I think it's going to be during Negan's next trip to Alexandria. They barely know each other, and the conversation has to happen a little bit between Negan and Spencer, where he's trying to get Negan to kill Rick for him. And then Negan doesn't like that and says, "You don't have the guts to do it yourself." Oh, I was wrong. You have guts. So I think it's way too soon to happen this week. A lot of people in the last video said Spencer will be the one to die. I do think someone's going to die, but I think it's going to be more, well, even a less minor character than Spencer, if that's possible. Let's talk about traitor number 2. Traitor number 2, Dwight. So Dwight is starting to get the look on his face. We saw it a little bit last week where I think he's frustrated. You know, he lost share, but this image right here just really blew me away. I think Dwight is actually scoping out Alexandria a little bit. How will he get back here? How will he communicate with Rick? And would this be a place where he would feel safe? Ultimately, Dwight is going to join Rick's group, but I think this look kind of says a lot. Sacrifice. Who will be sacrificed this week? We got a lot of options to choose from. Remember, the first sacrifice is Rick's going to be walking around, and he's going to have to sacrifice his ego. Here, Rick is going door to door. He's carrying Lucille. That embarrassment, he's got to show that Negan is completely in charge. Moving on to the church scene, I know we've seen this over and over again for about the past month. This is where Rick tells the group he's not in charge anymore. Negan is. Do not worry about Rick. Rick is getting everyone to let their guard down. He's trying to convince Negan. He's completely given up. Rick is starting to form his master plan, and he's starting to make his way from the bottom all the way back up. So let's talk about who we could lose this week. Leave in the comments below, do you think it's Tobin time? I think it very well may be. Negan hit the Walker with the bat. There's a little bit of Walker guts on there. Perhaps he gives Tobin a little kiss and doesn't have to beat him down. We could also lose Father Gabriel. Father Gabriel's been the designated babysitter for some time. There's rumors going around that he could be the one to be made the example of. But I do think someone in Alexandria is going to die this week, but I do think it's too early for it to be Spencer. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments, any rumors that you might have heard, or just any speculation. There's a lot of other storylines that could be happening this week. We may get to see a little bit of Jesus, a little bit of recon work. Maybe Michonne actually stumbles up on Ezekiel's camp, and that's going to be part of that master plan. There's so many moving pieces to get ready before all-out war. So thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. This is Negan Strikes Again, predictions and spoilers. My name is Killshot. Talk to you all soon. Peace.